Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive book. Today is Friday and that means Friday Reads on my channel, the segment where I talk about the books I'm planning to read over the weekend. And this weekend is a really busy weekend for me reading wise, so let's get started with all the books I've planned. First off, I'm reading Hyperion by Dan Simmons. It's a classic science fiction story and I'm really interested to see what this is all about. So far it has a very interesting narrative because we are following a group of pilgrims, and these pilgrims are allowed they are the last group of humans that are allowed to travel to the Shrike on the planet Hyperion, and the Shrike is some kind of mythical creature. I think it's able to grant wishes or something like that. Um, and yeah, it's really interesting, and the structure so far is that everybody has like an agenda, of course, why he wants to travel to the Shrike, and we see like the story of their travel, and in between each of them tells his or her story why he is seeking out the Shrike. And these stories then are like little short stories or larger short stories, because actually they take up the majority of the space in the book, and so we learn more about each character's motivations to go there, and that is really interesting. Yeah, and I have no idea how this is going to go in the end. Next up we have another science fiction read by John Scalzi. It's Fuzzy Nation. I don't know too much about the book other than that it's based on an older short story by someone else, that the fuzzies will play a role in it, which are like some kind of furry creatures on a planet and they don't have rights or something like that. Lindsay Ray is a great fan of the book, and she is one of the many booktubers I will discuss the book with on Sunday. I think we're doing this. And so this is the book that has, I think, most of the reading priority over the weekend, but it's a rather short book. Next up, I have two buddy reads that start this Friday. As I've just finished yesterday with Rise of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan, today starts the read for the next installment in his Rhaeria Revelations. It's The Heir of Novron, and it's the third and final installment, which contains like the fifth and the sixth book of the series. And yeah, I'm really interested to see how that goes. The fourth story, so the second story in the second binder, was had a darker tone than the others so far, and now it's getting more serious and yeah, really going toward the climax. So I'm really interested to see where Michael J. Sullivan takes the series and how he concludes it. The next buddy read that is starting is For Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. Here we're following Yavi. Yavi is a kind of Viking king, I think, king in the making. And he's, I think, disabled, so he is not a real kind of fighter, and that of course is like a setback in a world that is so dominated by fierce warriors, I guess, and so it will be difficult for him to find his place. And it's a YA fantasy by Joe Abercrombie, and yeah, that is a bit like saying Robert Rodriguez makes children's movies. Oh wait, he did, and that wasn't bad, so yeah, let's see. Let's see. Next up we have Sorcery. It's the fifth book in the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. this is a book I'm just reading on my own for fun, because I wanted to read like a Discworld book each month, and I failed to read this one in January, so this month I'm actually trying to read 2 of them. And so yeah, I really look forward to get into the Discworld series. It's a lot of fun. I already started it, and yeah, it's just a little fun read in between the more serious books, and that works pretty well. And last but not least, on Saturday another buddy read starts. I've read Alana, the first book in the Song of the Lioness series by Tamora Pierce in January, and in February we are reading the follow-up. It's called In the Hand of the Goddess, I think. And yeah, we're starting this on Saturday. I was really positively surprised by the first book, because I thought, yeah, it would be just like a nice middle grade book, and mostly the middle grade books end up between 2 and 3 stars for me, because they're most of the time like enjoyable but not spectacular. But this one was actually really good, and I've rated it 4 stars, so I'm really looking forward to see where Tamora Pierce takes the series. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into my reading week. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel, please look inside the description box. There's a little segment there called On the Horizon. I wish you a good reading weekend and hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye.